Welcome to Money and Metals. Well, another week, and what the main news is the Asian-led Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Taiwan is actually going to be allowed if they use the appropriate name, which they have decided to do. And the facts that many countries have joined the AIIB. In fact, over 40 nations, including Britain, Germany, Russia, Australia, and Egypt. Also, Japan has said that they may come on board, but they're not going to adhere to the deadline, which was this week. What I find interesting about this is it's a direct competitor to the World Bank. And the AIIB may be able to help humanity. In other words, they may put some of these loans into infrastructure and support that actually helps benefit citizens of various countries or humanity at large. The most important thing from a monetary aspect is if these loans are made in US dollars and repaid in renminbi, that would certainly put more pressure on the hegemony of the US dollar as the supreme reigning currency or the reserve currency. So stay tuned. This story is still developing. We did bring it to you, one of the first, when the United Kingdom joined the AIIB, and that was a bit of a shock to the Anglo-American Empire, at least from my eyes. And moving to gold, gold has been hovering around the $1,200 level, and it was thin trading on Friday due to the holiday, Good Friday in the United States. A weaker than expected report could prompt investors to flee into gold slightly, buoying the safe haven status, and this could be expected. Wednesday of last week, gold jumped nearly 2%. In the sharpest single-day gain in about 2 months after U.S. private hiring in March missed the market forecast, suggesting that the comprehensive employment report could also underwhelm. Gold certainly needs to breach the $1,200 level, and once it has done so and established that as a base again, then I think gold investors can look for better gains throughout the year. However, the $1,200 level needs to show support once that's established, and I think gold investors are going to see better days ahead for the gold market. How long it's going to be sustained in this level is hard to determine, but we will keep an eye and report accordingly. And on the dark side of the currency markets, the U.S. Justice Department is pressing for Citicorp to plead guilty to criminal charges that have manipulated prices in foreign currencies. This was reported by Bloomberg last week. Government authorities have accused Forex dealers of sharing confidential information about client orders and coordinating trades to boost their own profits. The foreign exchange benchmark they allegedly manipulated is used by asset managers and corporate treasurers to value their holdings. In November, regulators fined 6 major banks a total of $4.3 billion for failing to stop traders from trying to manipulate the foreign exchange markets, following a year-long global investigation. And for more metals news, since we are done with the first quarter, I thought it'd be appropriate to look at how various metals have performed in 2015 first quarter. Year-to-date numbers, aluminum is off 3.2%, copper is off 3.3%, lead's down about 1%, nickel is off 11%, tin off 11%, and zinc is off 4.5%. Again, these are all the metals from the beginning of the year. In the precious metals, gold is up 1.3% year so far. Palladium is off 7%. Platinum is off 6%. And silver, believe it or not, is up 8.2%. The indexes, the HUI is really flat, up 1%. The XAU is off about 1%. And the US dollar index is up by 8% year so far. I'll also add in the oil market. Crude is off 10% year to date, heating oil off about 7%, natural gas off about 9%, and gasoline is up 20%. So that's a summary of the quarter year to date on the base metals, the precious metals, and the oil market. Well, we did a little on the dark side of the currency market, so I'm going to look a little bit on the dark side of the mining industry. And last Wednesday, Barrick Corp had lost a bid to dismiss the U.S. lawsuit that accuses the world's largest gold producer of concealing problems at the troubled Pascua-Lama mine in South America. U.S. Judge Sharia Sheldon in Manhattan ruled on Wednesday, and I quote, Though plaintiffs have not alleged a motive, they have sufficiently alleged strong circumstantial evidence of conscious misbehavior or recklessness, unquote, the judge wrote in a 55-page decision. Shedlin also said shareholders could pursue claims that Barrick misled them about its accounting for the project. The judge dismissed claims alleging that Barrick intentionally misled them about the cost and production delays. She also dismissed claims related to transactions conducted on the Toronto Stock Exchange, saying a key U.S. securities fraud law does not reach that far. Barrick bought the untapped Pascua-Lama mine in 1994 and has been counting on it to generate a large percentage of its overall gold production. I personally have mentioned the Pascua-Lama mine several times, going back well before production, a decade or more, on the robustness of this deposit, but obviously there are problems, and they continue, and we will follow the story for you here at Money and Metals.